Quinoa is more nutritionally interesting than rice and makes a great substitute in many dishes. Sometimes when you just need some carbs on the side instead of reaching for white rice, why not quinoa? A lot of people complain that their quinoa turns out mushy or bitter. I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid that and how to cook it to maximize nutrient absorption while keeping it fluffy, simple, and perfect every time. Check the nutrition. Quinoa has about twice as much protein as white rice, 5 times more fiber, and nearly 6 times more iron. Interesting, right? Okay, let's make it. Step 1. Wash the quinoa. I'll start with a cup of quinoa that's enough for about 3 to 4 servings. Wash it in a bowl with 2 cups of cold water and half a teaspoon of salt. Rubbing the grains gently for about 2 minutes until the water turns so cloudy you can see the quinoa at the bottom of the bowl. The manual friction and the salt help remove the bitter saponin coating that can affect taste and digestion instead of just running it under water. Finally, drain and rinse the quinoa well. Step 2. Soak for better nutrient absorption. Since I'm trying to increase my iron intake, I do this step whenever I can, but if you are in a rush and you need your quinoa now, don't worry, you can still follow the recipe and just skip to step 3. Now, if you have time and you want to boost nutrient absorption, soak your quinoa in about 2 cups of lukewarm water with a splash of apple cider vinegar for 12 to 24 hours. If you don't have vinegar or you don't like vinegar, that's fine. You can also use plain water. Soaking helps reduce phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that binds minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium. So soaking gives your body better access to what's actually in the quinoa. After soaking, drain the quinoa, rinse well, then drain again. By the way, if you let the quinoa soak on the longer end, closer to the 24 hours, don't be surprised if you start seeing tiny little white tails on some of the grains. That's completely normal. Quinoa germinates fast, and it's actually a bonus. Germination reduces phytic acid even further than soaking alone. So if that happens, you are getting extra benefit, not doing anything wrong. Step 3. Combine with water. Add your rinse and well-drained quinoa to a pot. If you soaked it, pour in half a cup of water. I know, it seems like nothing, but since the quinoa is already hydrated, it doesn't need much water to cook. But if you didn't soak it, use 3/4 cup of water instead. In both cases, add a pinch of salt if you like, or swap with a bit of vegetable broth powder if you want more flavor. Step 4. Cook covered. Turn the heat to high and bring it to a boil. Don't go too far because it will happen fast since there is not much water. Once it boils, reduce the heat to low, simmer, covered for 12 minutes. By the way, if you are new here, I'm Bambi. I'm on a mission to fix my iron deficiency, and changing the way I eat is a huge part of that. Recipes like this one go straight into my personal recipe archive, which you can also access on my Substack. Step 5. Fluff and done. After 12 minutes, take the pot off the heat, keep the lid on, and let it steam off the heat for 10 more minutes. Now you can open the lid and fluff the quinoa with a fork. That extra rest gives you softer and fluffier quinoa. And that's it, guys. Perfect, fluffy, with no mush, no burnt pot, ready for whatever you are eating it with. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like. Bon appétit, bisous bisous, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!